All right. Right. So I hope the stream is working. Just getting some. I was just getting some stuff fixed. Right. Questions on the comment. All right. So today we are going to start off, and today we are going to discuss about a very simple topic, basically, right? But a very important topic nonetheless. That is how to improve um, English speaking. But of course, it's not only for your speaking, but also it's not only for the IELTS test, but in general, right? So this is very important simply because at the end of the day, you are sitting for the IELTS test with the hopes that you're planning to go abroad in an English speaking country, and you'll have to use, or you'll have to learn, you'll have to use this English language in, basically in all aspects of your life. So this is very, very, very important for you to remember that, improving your English language will basically give you an edge over the other people who don't have that skill. So first of all, if you're planning to improve your English speaking skills, the first thing that you have to do is listen to people speak in English. This is very important. Now, I think many people often disregard this particular element or this particular aspect of learning. The simple reason being, people think, oh, I'm planning to do this, I'm planning to do that, and I'll have a look at a book or something like that. But remember, English is speaking is a productive skill, right? Because speaking is a productive skill, you will have to produce language. Otherwise, it's going to be almost impossible for you to learn the language and of course produce it as fluently as other people would. So it's very important for you to listen, and also, think back to when you learned your L1, right? So you learned your L1 not by reading a book, rather you heard your parents speaking, your grandparents speech, and then your locality and everything, and so you picked up from there, right? So it's very important that you actually listen. So the more you listen, the better it's going to become. Now, what do you listen? You can listen to anything that you like. You can listen to podcasts. You can listen to you can watch documentaries. You can watch videos, specifically video essays. I like them very much. Video essays, these are very helpful, right? And so on. So yeah, there are many things that you can do or learn or see that can help you get in touch with, or get kind of like what should I say, what's the word I forgot, basically introduce you to good language, or put you in touch with good language. So that's very helpful. Now, of course, the second thing that you must do is speak in English. Right? But speaking in English, it's not only about speaking in English. It's not only about one element, like, or generalized elements. No, it should be that you are talking about it in each and every single sense of the term. You have to be very productive with it. So you are not only talking about your daily life, but you're also talking about, or you're engaging in conversation with other people as well. So you're not only saying, oh, I did this, I did that, I do this, I do that. No, but you also have to talk about, have genuine day-to-day conversations that people generally have with any other language in the world, So, discussing about future plans, aspirations, sadness, happiness, giving your thoughts on something. So engage in genuine conversation. So let's say engage in genuine, regular conversations, right? So this can really, really help improve your speaking skills. Now, at the same time, when you are having a conversation with someone, it's very important that you listen to how the other person is responding as well, because then the conversations basically work in cycles. So you ask questions, someone says something, and in return you return a thought back. So that's very important. Now that's you'll pick up that cycle. So it's going to help you in your learning, and at the same time it's going to help you out in your conversational skills as well. So yeah, so listen to people speak in English, speak in English, of course. That's very, very, very important thing. The other thing that you can do is read English for vocabulary. Read and listen to English for vocabulary. Now, there is no one best way to learn vocabulary, but rather I think you pick up vocabulary from many different sources. When you listen to people use a certain word, when you read something, you tend to pick up vocabulary from contextual elements. That's probably the best way to understand or learn or pick up vocabulary. Otherwise, if you pick up a book and start reading from a book and memorize vocabulary from there, you would probably not understand the contextual use of it, right? So it's not only about memorizing a word, but also think about the different aspects of vocabulary itself. For example, connotation, collocation, the different forms, right, of that vocabulary. You can also think about the contextual use of the word. There's so many things that you have to think about when you're thinking of using a certain word. What is the actual meaning? Can I use it in a certain context or not? There are many, many, many things that you might want to think about, and you have to think about, because remember, it's not only about you using the language or the vocabulary, but also at the same time it's also about whether you can use it appropriately or not. That's why in the IELTS speaking test you are marked, or even in the writing test, basically you are marked on lexical resource, which means if you are able to use the vocabulary in the right context or not, right? So that's that. And of course, I would say the other thing is that check your progress by engaging in conversation on different topics and different people. This can also be very helpful. Check your progress. How much have you progressed? This will also help you, speaking to different people in different contexts will also help you build that confidence, right? That's very important. Many people say when I go to the test, I feel so nervous and stuff. So this can also help you kind of like go down. I mean, this can also help you kind of like minimize your or boost your confidence. So I think that can be really helpful, that minimize that nervousness, that's going to be helpful for you guys as well. So yeah, I think this is a very short stream for today, and I mainly wanted to focus on improving your English speaking skills. That can basically translate to improving your English language in general, and also it can help translate to a better IELTS speaking scores in general. So again, if you have any questions, if you have any queries and stuff like that, just let me know. In that case, I can, make some more topics or videos so that I can at least um, help you answer those questions as well, right? So that being said, it's also important that you do this on a regular basis. So something that I didn't particularly mention, or I'm guessing that it's something that you should know by default, is that practice on a regular basis. If you're not practicing on a regular basis, then it doesn't really matter how much you practice, right? You practice for like 1 hour a day, 1 hour for one day, and then you are done, then of course you're not going to improve your skills. Being good at something basically means repeating it again and again and again and again. So the more you repeat that, the more you repeat that action, the more you do that, it becomes much easier. Many people complain about the fact that, oh, I know a lot of vocabulary, but I don't know how to use it. The simple reason is that is the fact that they don't use that vocabulary enough in their daily lives. As a result, when they need it, it doesn't come to them. It's as simple as that, right? So it's not a muscle memory. So if you want to make a vocabulary, a sentence structure, or something, anything, very easily and readily accessible to you, you have to do it on a regular basis. If you do that, then it becomes much easier for you to both remember and recall as well. Recollection is very important, because otherwise there's no point in learning something if you're unable to recall it at the right time when you need it exactly. So yeah, regular practice is probably the last thing that I would say. Regular practice. And this is something that's going to basically lock in anything and everything that you learn, or anything that you practice. The whole point of practice is this. Practice makes perfect. Actually, no, it's basically practice makes permanent. So if you practice the wrong thing over and over again, it's just going to do that, right? So it's just going to make the wrong thing permanent for you. So do that. Practice every day, regularly, of course. And another thing, if you have the luxury of finding someone to practice with, I think that's going to be really helpful, because practicing alone can be very difficult. If you have how to practice, let's say, if you have a partner, then consider yourself lucky, I would say, right? So let's say practice with a partner. If not, what you can do is listen or read something in English, and then try to summarize that text, either in writing or verbally, right? So you either write it or speak it basically, and then try and summarize it. So this can really help you improve and boost your speaking skills as well. So this is a very short video, I would say, in terms of how you can improve your English speaking skills. So I'll leave it at that. The next day, or let's say in future streams or videos, I will focus a lot more on more specific elements. Of course, I'll be focusing on the IELTS test, but at the same time, I would be focusing more on the English skills, because that's what the IELTS test is checking, how good your English skills are. So yeah, so let's just leave it at that. If you like this, I would say connect with us, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one. All right, have a good night, guys. Bye bye.